Welcome to the virtual lunch. Today is Friday, May 21st, and this is virtual lunch number 309. I am honored today that our guest is Mike Suchsland, a venture partner with the Bridge Venture Fund and an advisor to several legal technology companies, including this month's sponsor, ShorePoint Technologies. And this discussion, thanks to ShorePoint, is part of our May series on growth and efficiency. Mike, welcome.
Thanks, Ari. It's a pleasure to be here as your 309th guest.
So can you start by just telling us a little bit about your background and the work that you do impacting legal tech?
Just a little bit about me. I actually have spent my entire career in legal information, software, and services. I joined TR in 1998, which at that point in time, believe it or not, was over 50% print business. So if you think about this transition in technology that's happening, the first revolution was print online. The second revolution was online to software. The third revolution is software to more sophisticated artificial intelligence. The other thing I did is I became interested in investing in legal tech personally. There was a group of people at TR who split off that formed their own company. I invested in them. That led to some additional angel investments. Over time, the angel investments transitioned into becoming a part-time partner in a venture capital firm where my sole role is to focus on legal tech. So I see the continuum from startup to very mature businesses that can sell for upward of $1 billion plus valuation. The common perspective is that lawyers are supported by technology, and they can not only do their work more efficiently and more productively, but they can utilize technology to make better decisions. There's a future where the lawyer is technology. It's not supported by technology, but the lawyer becomes the technologist that is able to advise a client not only on their legal issues, but on a combination of issues that combine both law and technology. So if you think about what that would mean, perhaps advising on systems and technology ahead of problems. So the most frequent use case for a lawyer is to come in after the fact that a problem's been created and help litigate, solve, contract that problem. In the future, perhaps there will be a time when the lawyer is the creator of the mechanism that avoids the problem versus the problem solver. Not only are they the creator, but they're the recommender of technology solutions that are able to prevent an issue. I think that's the supply side. And the demand side is, will law firms be able to adapt and change? Law firms are difficult. Particularly larger law firms are difficult places to manage with multiple political factions and multiple differences in who has decision authority around what. We're seeing law firms embracing change. Strong leaders are driving law firms in different directions, and some law firms are comfortable where they are managing their profits per partner. If we had this conversation 10 years from now, the question would be, why has technology embedded itself into the practice of law to such an extent that it's hard to distinguish what a lawyer actually does that's not commingled between the two? I don't know if everyone's aware of this, but law school enrollments dramatically declined. They're bouncing back a bit. The career opportunities have expanded. I see a ton of young lawyers who become disaffected with the profession very quickly. And what they've done is they have created a tool or tried to, within a larger law environment, utilize technology or build technology within the firm. And they've received mediocre acceptance, particularly from older partners. And so they leave the firm and they start up their own business with a technology component to serve law firms because they feel like they can serve that younger cadre of recent associates or junior partners who may have more of an affinity for technology. On leadership within law firms, what a tough problem that's existed for so long, because law firms have a very difficult challenge around change because they're partnerships. And because they're partnerships, you have so much knowledge that is distributed across the organization, and you have centers of expertise that are non-hierarchical. So the law firms that are most innovative and tend to be most accepting of change are those with a very strong managing director who is embracing change and embracing the adoption of technology and organizationally creating centers of excellence around innovation. You combine that with the tension of the partner profits, and you have a ton of senior partners who are making great money doing what they're doing now. And let's say they're 5 years from retirement. They are very, very unwilling for the firm to invest in the adoption of technology tools because that's money literally out of their pocket. It is a tough struggle. It's not just law firms, accounting firms face the same challenge. In some ways, consulting firms, all professional services firms face that challenge. But my perspective is that the most critical decision for a law firm is when they elect the managing partner and give that managing partner the authority to enact change across the firm and support that change. Here, I think, is a critical point, is that particularly corporate clients are becoming ice cold about evaluating law firms, not on the traditional paradigm of a handshake and a relationship and a reputation for knowledge within a certain practice area, but becoming very cold and calculating about return on investment of a law firm for a particular set of matters. And as we see the implementation of artificial intelligence in corporate legal departments that are able to evaluate law firm performance by looking at their ability to maximize outcomes, their ability to maximize those outcomes on a cost basis, this idea that traditional billing mechanisms on a dollar per hour, they will certainly persist. But as the sophistication of the industry improves over time, that paradigm is going to shift, particularly with the sophisticated corporate clients, not to dollars per hour, but to dollars per favorable outcome. Law school is very, very slow to change for several years. And we always talked about the fact that law schools teach you the theory of law, but they don't do a very good job of teaching you the practice of law. And they don't do a good job of teaching you how to develop business as a lawyer. And so you have law school graduates who don't know how to take a deposition. They don't know how to file a motion. Those are all things that law school doesn't teach you. And so there has been a lot of curriculum reform and development over the past several years to try to incorporate practical skills into legal training. But the gap is widening as technology becomes more and more important. Many law firms are reacting. They're developing their own internal equivalent of ALSPs. They're incorporating technology. But it would be a different world, because if you took all of that money that's currently going to ALSPs, that's money that's literally been given up by law firms to something that's growing in double digits still to this day. I see literally hundreds of disaffected attorneys who are starting up their own businesses every year. And what happens is they're in a law firm, they create a technology solution, and they leave the law firm and decide to market the technology solution by forming their own business. The single thing that we see in those entrepreneurs is they don't know what they don't know, because they know the law and they know the technology, but they don't know how to build a business. For an entrepreneur like that, it's critically important to either acquire the business skills or surround yourself with experts who can contribute to those business skills. And in order to do that, you have to be a good listener. Attorneys are competitive, they're smart, they're combative, and they are constantly arguing their point of view. And often it's a different skill set to be a great listener and to be willing to work as part of a broader team for the success of a business overall.
Mike Suchsland, everybody. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. Thanks so much to SurePoint and to Lydia for just supporting this discussion on growth and efficiency. Really, it's been an honor. Thank you.